Yo, what's up, everybody? It's me, Manjones. Welcome back, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to enter on Jett, the basics, the fundamentals, and everything that you really need to know so that you don't fucking just run in and feed. Obviously, you don't want to feed. So let's get right into this one. This one's really simple. Entering is not difficult at all, but there are just a couple basic principles that you need to understand so that you can actually do it properly. Now, obviously, I'm in a custom game alone here, so we're going to have to imagine a few things, but we're going to really isolate Jett's job. Now, the first thing that Jett needs to do when entering to a site, now, the assumption is that your whole team has agreed to like an A take, and that you are now the person to go in first. Now, one of the most common things you're going to see is a smoke updraft dash onto the generator here. Now, this does a couple things. Now, this isolates the front half, saying everything below these steps in this area here, from the back half. So now as Jett is up on the generator, anyone who is playing close, let's say you're playing here, you have to make a decision. Do I shoot the onslaught of teammates that are coming out of A main, or do I deal with Jett first and have the onslaught of enemies coming out of A main kill me for free? So that's the problem here, and that's why a lot of Jetts are gonna updraft and dash onto this box, or if they do it properly, onto the box. Now, once you've done this as Jett, now you look to clear all these awkward angles. Assuming the smoke's still up, you can pop out of it, clear these awkward angles, drop down, come over here, clear this, so you have options. Now, there's so many different variations you can go off of once you do this. So let's say you updraft dash on here, and your team gets the kills. Well, now you can already take space into their spawn. So now you're going to catch the B rotators who are going, oh, it's A, I gotta get there as fast as possible. I'm going to run with my knife out, and then you can catch them in spawn. There's a guy playing tree room. No one's going to be looking here, especially as your team is still coming in. They'll be here trying to do an angle like this. They'll be on an angle like this. They might even be over here checking to see if there's any cat players. So if you come and you meet them here first, well, now you can use the dash and your speed advantage to get to site. Now, again, the basic principle of entering site is to what most people say is make space, but I don't want you to think about it like you're making space. I want you to think about it as that you are isolating specific regions of the point. So in this scenario, we're isolating the front and the back half away from it. Now, if they catch on to you and they have a guy who is playing this particular position to catch you off guard, if I see a Jett doing this, I just play here and wait till they walk out of the smoke and I kill them, and then I come look main. So what you can do, let's say someone's playing a weird cheeky angle, you can dash over here and take them out here. Assuming that you smoke properly, you can dash towards site now. You can even smoke up here, and then dash up here if you want, or you can dash into the smoke, and it really serves to isolate the angles. Now, we're going to look at a different site, because A site ascent is really basic in terms of how it plays. So now we're going to go over to the B site, which is less basic in its fundamental principles of entering. So now it's a little bit trickier, because what are you trying to isolate? Well, let's think about where people normally play. These are generally the normal spots, and maybe up here too, right? You know, your defender is going to play here on average, maybe back boathouse over here, maybe on the dice over here, maybe stairs. They might even play over here. So it's much trickier. They could even be up here. Assuming there's smokes, these angles aren't going to work, but you never know with what you get in solo queue. So how are we to enter? So I've come up with 3 easy ways for you to enter. First off, smoke here. Oh, I fucked that up already. So first off, smoke here, dash to the switch, clear out this angle, clear out this angle. Now this smoke serves to give you a little bit of a cheeky advantage. You can come over here, hit the switch, come over here, take some angles. You can even maybe come back over here, assuming that you still have dash or you just want to run through like a maniac. That's the first thing you can do. Secondly, we can and again, the angles you're isolating are front sight. these angles. You're isolating everything in the front, and you are ignoring all of the sight angles you can play. Let's say for some reason you're on an eco buy and you want to go to sight. You can double updraft, boom, back here, boom, clear out these angles, and just like that, you are back into the sight. You can even do it with other guns too. That works best with a judge. You can even go double updraft, slide down like a maniac, and assassinate someone over there. And your third option for isolating angles is to do a smoke like this, come up here, and just kind of come into the smoke. Assuming your team has the smoke, you can then push into CT and catch the rotations of the other team coming through here. If you're fast enough, you can clear out this, and these guys will have their knives out 7 out of 10 times. That's not a real statistic, but I'm going to make it up anyway. But you see, the point of doing what you're doing is to isolate angles so that the players who have less mobile abilities can come in and deal with close, come over here, deal with over here, and then you are being a nuisance on the other side of the map, drawing their attention. A defender who hears a double updraft isn't going to want to peek out here because he knows that you're going to land sight. So he's probably going to be here, and your team can come up on this side. So just keep it super simple. Dash into a spot where the question for the defenders is, do I look at the Jett who is running in, or do I look at main where the rest of the team will be? And in that period of the defenders having to make that decision, you are now enabled to capitalize. And that, my friends, is truly the fundamentals to how you enter a site, and it works on any map in any way, shape, or form. So even if you're on B, on bind, you can dash towards the top of B site, or whatever it might be. But keep these fundamental principles in mind on how to make space, because you're not making space. You're isolating angles and making the defending team make decisions. You need them to make bad decisions. And the first way to do that is to use your mobile abilities to get towards sight. Now, if you have enjoyed this video in any capacity, it is illegal for you not to subscribe. If you've made it this far, you need to subscribe. I have more amazing content on the way, and I have some way shittier content already available. So what are you missing out for? Hit the subscribe button and you're good to go. It's Manjones, and I'll see you in the next one.